Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to an episode of One Beat, One Take Looperman Edition. It's been a long time since I made a YouTube video, but I recently decided to get back into uploading myself, producing music, and I decided to get back into making tutorial videos. So for today's video, I'm going to take a flute sample and turn it into a beat in one take. So first things first, this tempo we have here is at 120. I'm going to lower that to 60. Alright, so now I'm going to play the sample back, and we're going to change up the sample before we start adding the different drums to the beat. So first, here's the sample. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shorten this to number 4. Then from there, I'm going to copy and paste it at 4. And we're going to shorten it and loop it to here. Now before we do that now, let's go into the pitch shift. And first we want to do is come up with a lower the pitch. So we do 5th, raise the mix all the way to 100. Let's hear how it sounds at -2. Okay, I like how that sounds at -3. Next we're going to add a modulation, and we're going to go with chorus, and then from there I'm going to try pad enhancer and hear how that sounds. Might want to switch that to something else. Try slow chorus. Hang on a second, I just realized. Move it to 5 and have it here. That's better. Okay, I like how that sounds. Next thing we'll do is we're going to add some platinum verb. Usually like to always do low soft reverb. So now is where I like to now add EQ and compression. I don't want to change it too much, but at the same time I want to try and get a better type of sound out of it. So let's try doing a synth lead EQ. Alright, so now add compression. Go lower it to -5. Alright, so we got that for the first part. It's gonna copy and paste this now. And the first thing I usually like to do when I'm using different sample loops is to create the beats chorus. So we're gonna do now, hang on a second. There we go. So the first step is we need to make the drum beat. So I'm gonna change this and we're going to go into the drum kits we have here. Debating on whether or not I should use one of the sample kits I have or if I should use the drum kits that are built in. I'm gonna go with some of the kits I have already. So I'm gonna scroll through these and I'm gonna go with the Zaytoven drum kit. So first off now, I'm gonna start it off by doing the kicks on one track, and then the snares, claps, are all going to be on another track. So first let's find the right kick. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's good. And actually, might be better if I do a clap instead. I'm gonna save that. Trying to get the right drum beat for this. Alright, now let's hear this back now. Remember, it doesn't have any hi-hats in it. Oh, hang on a second. What the hell happened? One sec. Oh, I see here. Yeah. Let's fix that. Alright, so from there now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the hi-hats. Now for the hi-hats I am going to first go into the Lex Luger kit. Do this one first. Hang on a sec. Yeah, it sounds like it'll be good. And we're gonna loop it and lower the volume. I'm gonna add all the different plugins to mix the drums after I have the drum beat ready. So let's do it at, I guess, -5. Okay, from there now I'm going to add the hi-hats. So I am going to go with the hi-hats that are already in the Beethoven kit. So first, we're gonna play around with it a little bit. First, let's find them. Alright, I like this one. I want to add that rattling hi-hat sound. So first let's fill these out real quick. And now I'm going to show a shortcut when trying to shorten the hi-hats. I'm going to copy and paste them. Right here. Paste button. Alright, from there we go to functions, MIDI transform, and then we're going to do double speed. And now on here, let's see if I can get it to go there. I'm going to do operate only. There we go. X this out. And we're going to move this down here. Copy and paste that. Paste. Alright, so we have that. We're going to stretch it out. We're going to use the pointer tool. Do paste. And now here's a technique I recently learned that I started incorporating in my beats. So again, we're going to do functions, MIDI transform, double speed, operate only. Where'd they go? Okay. Hang on a sec. Let's see what I got right here. So I'm going to now hit the paste button. I'm going to copy this right here. Hit copy. Edit paste. Let's draw in these last two right here. Alright, now let's play it back. Alright, so that's what we have for now. From there now, I'm going to add another hi-hat in there. Let's duplicate that. Okay, and then the piano roll. And we'll stretch that all the way up to 3. Right here. And we got that there. And we add a triangle into the mix now. So I believe it's at C4. Oh wait, no. Okay, never mind. Might be a few above that. There we go. I'm gonna lower the volume now. Loop it and so we have that now. Next step is to do the snare roll. So I'm going to hit the copy button. I'm going to right here, paste it. And then from there, when we do the snare roll, it'll lead into where I think that the verses would be best. So I'm going to move this up. And we're going to shorten these ones up top here. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to copy and paste this all here at the 13. And now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a new track right here, and we're going to drag this down. And what I like to incorporate a lot of times is a phaser effect at the beginning of where the verse would be. So I'm going to open the plugins, and we're going to go to modulation, phaser. And now I think the best one that I normally like to use is the phase filter 01. So I'm going to click that. Now let's hear it back now. Might have to lower the volume. Oh wait, hang on, let me delete these first. Delete them, and we're gonna move these down. And wait, before we do that too, just want to make a couple of changes real quick with the pattern. Deleting these, and we're gonna shorten these to make a kick roll. Oh, hang on a sec. There we go. Alright, here, I'm going to play this back now with the phaser effect on it. Alright, now I'm going to make a few changes now. We're going to duplicate the Lex track, lower this down. Rather than using a triangle sound, we're going to use a chant sound. So let's go through some of these. Kind of like how that might sound. See this back. Alright, from there we're going to copy and paste these hi-hats, and we're going to shorten them, and they're going to progress as the beat moves a little forward. So we open the piano roll. Now let's get rid of some of these. Let's switch it up a little bit. I'm going to take from this one right here. Move that there. Take these and put this here now. I'm going to delete these. I'm going to copy and paste these. And we're going to take these hi-hats. Actually, yeah, I'm going to try that. Right here, we're going to paste. And I'm going to paste again. Now let's hear how that sounds. I'm going to also add different hi-hat pitches once I have the beat fully constructed, so the hi-hats will have certain ones will sound a little different. Hang on a second. Now I had copied and pasted this one, and I didn't make the change for that. So we're gonna do this, and that's better. So we're gonna copy and paste this one again now. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these up, the loops, move them up. So they're going to go transition into how it sounded without the phaser in the sample. Okay, so I'm going to now take those hi-hats I had earlier, and I am going to paste up. First off, actually, we're going to take this one right here. We're going to duplicate it. Oh, looks like a bunch more pasted than expected. Alright, whatever. Alright, so we're going to open the piano roll. And we're going to draw in 2 more of them. Here's without the hi-hats yet playing. Alright, so we have that there. Now the hi-hats I had in the chorus area, copy and paste them. Here's where we're going to play around with it. We're going to delete these ones I have right here. And you see how we have this from earlier, that's going to be back in there. And we're going to open the Beethoven kit yet again, a new track. We're going to move that down right here. We're going to get another chant. So now at the top, usually have a few more. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I like this one, so I'm gonna create 4 of them. Gonna X that out. Move this all the way down. And we'll hit the loop button. Now what I want to do is change up the melody now for the area where I have where the beat progresses. So I'm going to take this sample right here. I'm going to copy and paste that. We're going to find where that sample originally ended. So we're going to stretch this out all the way up to here. And we're going to stretch this down right here. Now I want to hear how this sounds, so I'm going to slim this down here, hit the loop button. Let's hear this now. Doesn't sound half bad for now. I want to see how it might transition into the chorus before, in case I have to switch it back. The main goal is to take elements of this loop sample, flip it, and use it in different parts, not entirely. So what I'm going to do now, before I start adding all the different plugin effects into the drum beat, is I'm going to create a separate track for the snares and the kicks, so that way they're all on separate ones. So if you're watching, you might want to fast forward because this may take a few minutes or so. So just give me a couple of seconds. So just copy and paste these. And what you want to do is you want to open the piano roll and use the pointer tool, and we're going to delete the snares and claps, and on the bottom one I'm going to delete the kicks. So we have that. Alright, hang on a moment. For the most part, a lot of them are going to be the same. Just want to get out of the way with. Alright, and yeah. If I'm not mistaken, now I'm going to take this one here, hit the paste button, and now what I had done was I remember, oh, hang on a second. Wait, no, yeah, this is the wrong one. Alright, bear with me. Let me just I didn't copy and paste it. Alright, just a couple more. And now, because I pretty much use the exact same one, we're just gonna hit the delete button on those, and we're just gonna paste them right here. Hit paste. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is mixing the kick drums. I like to use a lot of different presets for mixing the beats. We're gonna go with the Punchy Kick 01. Solo one, let's hear how that sounds solo. Then we're at a compressor. Let's try drum mix. Alright, that sounds pretty good. Next we're going to lower the volume for the snares and claps, because that's going to be too powerful. So we're going to put it at -4. There we go. We're going to add an EQ. And now I think the best one that I normally like to use is natural snare. So let's hear how that sounds. Compressor, vintage snare. sounds a little too loud. Let's try a different one. Way too loud. Alright. Could try drum mix. That's good. Alright, now with the hi-hats, we're gonna have three in total tracks for the hi-hats. And I'm gonna show you ways to create different hi-hat pitches. So the first thing we want to do is we want to copy and paste the pattern into two tracks. Alright, so the first thing we want to do on the first track is delete the rattling hi-hats, so they're going to be on separate tracks. Alright, now on the second track, what we're going to do is we're going to delete some of these. Yeah, I'm going to have it like this. Delete this. And we're going to do this one here. So it just has these ones. Now before I do the pitch effect, first we need to just add the plugins for hi-hats. So we're going to add EQ. And the best one I would believe is standard hi-hat EQ. So let's hear that back. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add all these to this, and then from there I'm going to drag those two up. So first let's just add the platinum verb, low soft reverb, and for the compression, is going to be VCA soft kit. And now we're going to duplicate this twice. And we're going to move these up. That way I don't have to do them all over again. So we're going to hit delete and delete. Alright, so now here's where we're going to have some fun. We're going to go to the pitch shift. And we're going to go to drum shift. Raise it all the way to 100. And now let's hear this at -3. Actually, we'll do it at -2. And now if we add the pitch shifter again on these higher ones, drum shift 100%. Let's try this at -3. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna go with the -3 for that one. So now we're gonna do the same thing now for these hi-hats where the beat starts to progress. So we're gonna paste twice. And like I had done earlier, we're going to delete the hi-hats that we have here. open this one. And now for the second one, just keep these 4. And then the last one. Yeah. Now the last thing I'm going to do actually for the hi-hats, I want to add a pitch shifter for the regular one. Drum shift 100. And now let's hear that -1. I just want to hang on a second, hit an undo loop. Hear how that sounds. If anything, I'll change it back to 0. Alright, there we go. Now from there, gotta just add some mixing now for these hi-hats. Nothing too major. Just gonna open the EQ, and I'm gonna have this one as a standard hi-hat. Gonna probably have to lower the volume a lot. Compression, always like to stick with the VCA soft kit. Platinum verb. Let's hear it back. Okay. Now the hi-hat that normally opens up the beat. For that, I'll go to EQ. I usually like to do vintage hi-hat for that one. And now, like I've done earlier, I'm going to make this a little easier. We're going to have the same effects that we have on that hi-hat on some of these chants I have for the Lex Luger kit. So I am going to raise the bell up here. I'm going to delete this track. Going to move this down back where I had it. We're going to put it at negative 10. Let's duplicate it again for that chant sound effect. Hit delete. And we're going to move this up. Try it at -6. Okay. Yeah, so let's move this up to -2. Alright, we're going to add the same similar type of plugins I had for the Lex Luger kit for the Zaytoven kit. So we're going to go with vintage again. Soft kit. Might have to lower the volume a good amount. Platinum verb. Now let's lower the volume for this one. This one's at -3. Let's hear how it sounds at -6. second. I think that's fine. Hang on a second before I move forward. Let's see if I were to change some of these. Yeah, I like how that sounds. I'm gonna move that one up. Okay, no wonder I got so sidetracked as I was adding the different plugins that I didn't do the change yet for the progressed hi-hats. So let's do that before I move into the 808s. The 808s and lastly the beat tag are usually my final steps when I make a beat. So, oh, hang on a sec, I did undo. That's the thing, it keeps on pasting everything entirely. Don't want that. So go to 21. We're gonna paste it twice. Now if you remember earlier in the video the way I had done it where any of the hi-hats that were, you know, very small are the ones that are gonna be the ones that get deleted. Alright, number 2. This one didn't really have that many of them on there, that it was just these 4. And now this last track is the one that I think had a lot in there. Alright, there we go. Now let's play that back now that we have that change in there. Go lower this to -6. That's better. Alright, now before I do the 808s, I just wanted to add my tag into the beat. I believe that all producers should include at least one tag in their beats. A lot of the greats in today's music scene, I know, have them. Just gonna scroll this down right here. Create a new track. Alright, move this back. And what I like to do is add a lot of reverb into the tag. So ambience. Move this all the way up into 72. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Let's hear this back. Let's lower the volume here to -2. A little too loud there. Alright, there we go. And the last step that I'm going to go over for this episode is the 808s. Now I learned how to do the 808s through a tutorial video a while back. I'm going to go over what I learned from that video, so that way you and get an idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the ES2 synthesizer 2 sound kit, and we're going to go into tutorial settings, analog saw init. So click that. First step is we want to change it from poly to mono. I'm going to move this up, right here. On distortion, we're going to raise that. For B long, we're going to raise that all the way up. Now for short, we're going to have up to here. For this one that's short, we're going to lower it to at least 24. This we're going to turn off. We're going to raise this all the way up, and this is going to become envelope 1. Okay, and now we're going to go to the limiter, and we're going to raise the gain all the way up, and we're going to put the output level at -1. And now lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to open an EQ. We're not going to add anything this time. We're going to raise this one all the way up. We're going to raise this all the way too. Now I might want to lower the volume because it's going to hit very hard. We're going to solo. We're going to copy and paste these kicks. Now I like the 808 to hit the exact same time that the kick drums hit. So let's open the piano roll. Shit. Alright, that's what I was saying before. We'll lower the volume. Had it at -5. Might want to put that on -25. Oh boy. Solo it. Hopefully it's a little better now. There we go. Definitely gonna have to lower it a lot more, but here's what we have for the chorus. Gonna copy and paste this here. Let's lower this a little bit more yet again. We're going to do it for -35. Hit paste. And now I might raise it once we have it in sync with the beat. You can hear it a little better now. Alright. So now we're going to have the area where the verses would be, and that's where they are going to be longer sounding. We'll open the piano roll. There we go. Got a couple more to copy, and then from there we're gonna play around with the sound of it before sequence it into the beat, play with the sounds itself. So let's move these down. Alright, and I didn't have anything going on, I remember, for the area for the verses. So we're just gonna copy and paste these, and we're gonna go back into the ES2, and let's look at the distortion we had it at. Let's lower it a little bit. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the volume to 40. I might have to raise it, but let's hear it without the solo while the beat's playing. I can hear it a little bit. I'm gonna keep it at let's move it to 42. I'll play the beat back. I'm gonna copy and paste the chorus. Just lowering it a little bit. And now let's paste it right here, the chorus. See how that sounds sequenced into it. Play it back. And there we go. It flows right into the chorus area. And that's gonna conclude today's video. I hope you guys liked it. This was an example of making a flute sample melodic trap beat. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, K.Y.S Music Beats. Follow me on Twitch at K.Y.S Music Beats. And if you have any suggestions of music for me to produce, sample, chop up, please comment below and let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.